We are live? Oh, we live. We live, folks? Oh, I gotta turn my volume down. Hey, we doing the most right now. We doing the most. Hey, welcome to Down the Middle with A.C. Martell, man. Hey, we are going. It was crazy fanatics going on, man. People running naked through the studio, man. We don't know what's going on around here, man. You know what I'm saying? Obama just walked down the street. You know what I'm saying? Old Hot Wheels was rolling Greg Abbott, and he didn't have a mask on as well. Anyway, so welcome to Down the Middle. My name is A.C. Martell, the host of this show. And man, we have a lineup for you guys today. Sorry I missed last week. Had a few things, that stopped us from doing the show, but we are back this week, and we're gonna be going full bore live every Monday for the next 18 to 20 weeks, man. So it's time to lock in, y'all. It's football season. Y'all know what time it is, baby. Man, it's Houston, Texas, man. I don't care. Hey, I'm still gonna rock my Texans gear. I bought this shirt, man. I gotta rock it, man. This shirt was $60, man. I'm not throwing this damn shirt away. I ain't stupid. I'm not stupid. People talking about burn your Texans gear. I'm like, hey, man, you gonna give me my $60 back for this shirt? I'm just saying, bro. Anyway, man, I wasn't here last week, man, and the HISD had the Hall of Honor that they inducted some great athletes, man. And one of the teams they inducted was the 1985 Yates. Now this is actually a picture of the 1992 Yates, which Yates football team was actually really good as well. They won the state championship that year. But I really want to kind of talk about the 1985 Yates, man. I was like 9 years old, man. That team took over the city, man. I mean, everybody, why did that happen? My speaker just came on my computer. I don't know. But the 1985 Yates, man, they was I could truly say with conviction probably the best high school team that ever existed in Texas, man. They was dominant. Just for example, this team defense allowed 4.6 points a game. Can you imagine that? They had 8 shutouts in 16 games, man. 8 shutouts. They beat Odessa Permian like they stole something, bro. And at the time, Odessa Permian was a powerhouse at the time. It was all about Dallas Carter, Odessa Permian, San Antonio Taft. Yeah, I'm going old school on y'all, man. I'm just saying. They beat these boys 37-0, man. In the championship game. Odessa had never, and to this day, it's still the largest margin of victory in any UIL 5A, 6A, or any the major districts record for a loss, 37 points. So everybody, you can talk about the North Shores of the world, you can talk about the Cadies of the world, and all that. This was an inner city school with underprivileged youths, with people. A lot of these kids, they went to play football because it was nothing else to do, to stay out of trouble. You had 7 pro football players come off that team. 7. Miss me with that, man. I just like to pay homage to that team, man. 1985 UIL 5A state champion, the Jack Yates Lions, and they had a really good band as well. They had a really good band. I don't know why this thing keeps popping up like that, but I'm going to have to go ahead and shut it down, man. Yeah. Keep popping up. I don't know what's going on. It don't like me. Okay, there we go. I got it right now. It was user error. User error, y'all. You know what that is, man. User error. I'm on one today, y'all. It's going down. Man, I got energy. Okay, anyway, them boys average 41 points a game while only allowing 4 points a game. Still have the most points scored record still to this day at 659 points for the whole season. Still have the record today. And that was in the era of the triple option, the wing tees of the world, and they wasn't throwing the ball a ton. They had really good coaching, man. And shout out to Luther Booker, man. Rest in peace. That's actually one of my friends' granddad, So we used to go to that 92 teams. We used to go watch those games together when we was in high school together. but Luther Booker wasn't actually coaching at the time during that year. He was still in the booth. Pretty sure he was like being an OC or something like that, defensive coordinator, or just overseeing things. That Romeo Cornell or something. Get that Romeo Cornell in the building. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, shout out to the 85 Yates, man. And let's get into it, man. You know what time it is, man. It's NFL season, bro. If you ain't talking about the NFL, I missed out today. I'm not gonna really touch on the colleges yet because it's hard for me to get super crunk on the colleges, man, because those college it's like Alabama, Clemson, and then who else gonna step in? LSU might go and get them one every like 6 or 7 years or something. They'll throw one in there real quick. UT ain't been by nothing, but I'm thinking Sarkisian. That's a really good pickup for them as far as they head coach. I think he was the offensive coordinator for Alabama last year. And so, I think that's a really good pickup for them. So that's all I got to say about college right now. And I like the fact that the UT and Oklahoma are moving to the SEC. Now, once they get in there with them big boys, hey, all bets are off, man, because you was the big fish in the small pond, Oklahoma. You was out there, you out there bullying everybody, man. It ain't like that when you get to that SEC, man. Everybody you playing is professional, potential athletes,
Hey, Texas, they seem like after like a few years, they ought to be able to catch up to it, though, to stay in Texas, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, the last few head coach hires, man. I understood the Tom Herman hire, but you could see early in the game that wasn't going to work out, man. That Tom Herman he's more of a robber. I think he's one, like, hey, when he's in the U of H's of the world, the Central Floridas of the world, when he was the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, everything was all good for him. It was all good, being that guy that can just do what he want to do and not be the head. He couldn't take that. He couldn't take the fact that it's hot, getting hot in here. Whew, hold on. Whew. Getting hot in here, like Nelly around this mug, man. But so anyway, what was we talking about, man? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, let's talk about the NFL, man. Going around the league, man, Carson Wentz is back on the practice field today for Indianapolis. So all us Texans fans that thought he was going to be out to, like they said, they were talking about week 10 at first or something like that. I don't know what they was talking about, man. I'm sitting right now. I got bone fragments in my foot as we speak, and to get it cleaned out, that's not a major surgery. It's just they just go in, they just take those fragments that's just floating around, they take them out. It takes a few days. It's really like a high ankle sprain almost. It really is. I mean, that's the amount of pain you're gonna actually have is the pain of a high ankle sprain, which is pretty uncomfortable. But for a professional athlete, that's on the lower end of things that they'll go through as far as their bodies, So and him and Quentin Nelson is gonna be back. So that's the All Pro guard that they got, man. Mr. Bully himself, man. I know Indianapolis is the Texans rival, or you can't really call it a rival when you get beat up by the team all the time. So this is the team that always used to beat us up when Peyton Manning was here. And then when Luck got here, same. It wasn't that much different. I think we might have swept them one time in the whole existence of the Texans, where we beat them both times in the same year. We couldn't even beat them twice that year without Peyton that year. We lost to Dan Orlovsky, man. Dan Orlovsky in that mug, man. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't even get a sweep that year. Man. Yeah. Was that Orlovsky that was the quarterback?
We had just traded him.
No, was it?
We had just traded him because he was our second quarterback, and Kubiak, he was proud of him when they beat us because he had just traded him over there.
God dog it. Dan Orlovsky, Mr. Run out the back of the end zone himself, man. Yeah. Good God, man. Anyway, man. So, Chicago Bears, man. Matt Nagy, man, he is taking a page out of the good old page of Mr. Bill O'King Bryan himself, man. And by even contemplating of not starting Justin Fields for the Chicago Bears and want to go with Andy Dalton. It's Tom Savage over Watson all over again. It's the same thing, bro. Like, have you not seen Andy Dalton in the last 3 years, bro? Like, why would you want to even put this dude on the field? Put your future on the field now. That kid can handle the pressure. They're like, oh no, we don't want to do that because he's gonna be playing Aaron Donald the first game. Oh man, Josh Fields came from the what? Ohio State University. That's where he came from. He's played top-notch. He's played against top-notch talent. He's been in the Big Ten. He's played against potential professional athletes that's gonna go into the NFL. He's not scared. Like, let this man play, man. Take the reins off. Like, I can remember when they said, what's that? We got ghosted here today, y'all. We got ghosted here today. I'm telling you, it's going down up in the studio. Y'all just don't even understand what's going on. But yeah, man, like when O'Brien said that Savage was gonna start that game against Jacksonville. And I'm like, okay, all right, we gonna see. And I was mad, I ain't gonna lie. And then when he took him out at halftime, that really made me mad. Because that told me that, like, you couldn't even let this man finish the game, bro. At halftime of the first game of the season, you pull this man. And you like, okay, watch the starter forever now. Well, dang. So what was the reason why you didn't start him in the first place? And they're gonna screw over this dude Fields, man. Luckily for Fields, this coaching staff that he got drafted by is probably on the way out the door. You know, so they're still stuck in their old school mentality of start the veteran. Hey, look, Chicago wasn't gonna go nowhere anyway this year, man. They like let the kid get in there, get that speed of the game down. He's already athletic. So, like I wouldn't really just be too concerned about him getting murdered out there. But now, Matt Nagy did him an injustice the other day by having him out there with that third string offensive line as well. And I'm gonna show you this video of Justin Fields. I really hope he's still alive right now. Is he still alive? Please, anybody, check on Justin Fields, please.
Pressure on Fields.
I mean, come on.
The helmet came off. That's going to be a flag as well. And that ball is loose. Lot to sort out. Fields, good to see him back up on his feet. That was a jarring shot from Andre Smith.
Hey, you can't have the rookies out there.
Pressure on Fields. Oh, the helmet came off.
Like,
that's going to be a flag as well.
I mean, come on.
That ball is loose.
Number 60 on the end, man.
Fields, good to see him back
this
up on his feet.
That
was a jarring shot.
He's gonna be working on the docks next week, bro. And you got your franchise quarterback that you just drafted being protected by 73. That's what it was. He totally missed his block, bro. You totally missed your block, man. Seriously.
Lot to sort out.
That was bad, man. That was bad, man. You can't, as a head coach, man, I don't know if I would trust my head coach anymore. And the game was at 41-6 at the time in the preseason, bro. I know you want him to get some snaps, man, but not with the third team offensive line. No, that's your future, man. That was just dumb, man. That was really dumb, man. And so, anyway, keep going around the league. The Denver Broncos head coach, surprise, surprise, still haven't named a starting quarterback. This that time of year where all the mediocre to somewhat good teams, they're like, well, we get this split. Whew. Yeah, there we go. All right. If y'all know me, y'all know I stay hot. It's just it could be 30 degrees up in here and I'm still gonna sweat. So, it is what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? I sweat because I'm hot. Muy caliente, as they say. You know what I'm saying? Man, I got a lot of energy for y'all today, man. Let's keep it moving. Oh, anyway, so yeah, he has what's his name? Fangio, Vic Fangio. He used to be down here in Houston. Yeah, he was on I think he might have been on Kubiak's squad. When Kubiak was down here. He was like one of those assistant coaches, maybe. Okay. Position coach, maybe cornerback coach or something like that. Can't remember. It's been a long time, man. But it's out of Drew Lock and Bridgewater out there. And if it was me, I mean, we've seen what we've seen out of Bridgewater. Bridgewater, like, ceiling is very low. So I would definitely go with the youngster on that one because you have to see what you got, man. This will be Lock's third year, I think. I think this will be his third year. I think he was hurt for the most part of last year. Could be wrong. Could be his second year. Sean Payton still hasn't named a quarterback for the Saints. It's out of Winston and Hill. I'm going with Winston on that one.
That seemed kind of hard after losing Breeze, and it's kind of hard to pick, huh?
I mean, Winston was a former overall #1 pick. I mean, it's something there.
Who you say you go with?
I mean, even when they was bad in Tampa Bay, he threw a lot of interceptions.
Yeah.
But he still threw a lot of touchdowns as well. So, I mean, maybe, the coaching that he's gotten under Breeze and with Peyton there, maybe he can keep that under control. The problem with Winston is he always going for the home run. Like, he's like, man, it's 2 people on him. I can fit it in there. That's him. But, no, just do a check down, be captain check down that day, and just keep it moving. And finally, around the league, your old hometown hero, J.J. Watt, has been activated off the PUP list today. He is active, and he is ready to sack the Texans when we play them. That boy's going, hey, one thing I can promise you, J.J. can come into that game with no sacks, no tackles. He going to end up in the end of that game, he going to have 6 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, a batted ball, and a pick 6.
Hey, he might be the best ex-Texan who we going to ever face.
DeAndre Hopkins maybe is in the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same team. That's the same team, man. I know he got something to say. He going to have something.
Kareem Jackson did us so dirty, though.
Oh, we was down like 35-0 at halftime or something, man. That was a FU2 game. That was FU2 game with Bill O'Brien. FU2. That's when they start calling him Teapot. Yeah. That's when they started calling him Teapot. I was blowing his lid. Yeah. Man. So, man, sticking to the NFL, let's stick to the hometown team right here. Who's this? Texas? Somewhere over here. It's around there somewhere, man. You know what I mean? Got to represent the Texans. I am from Houston, Texans, born and raised. So let's talk about them. They beat the Cowboys. Hey, I take it how I can beat them. If we got to beat a team full of third stringers to get a win, man, around here, hey, we'll get a win. Even if it's preseason, Dak wasn't there, Zeke wasn't there. I don't think Jerry was there. Was the head coach even there? I don't know. But we'll take that dub, though. But one thing I can say about the Texans, though, and this is being absolute seriously, I probably underestimated them as far as how many wins. I said they're going to get about 4 wins. I could see them getting about like 6, maybe 7 wins, something like that. If they have a decent quarterback play. You don't really need, because that defense look like it's going to be pretty, I ain't going to say like best in the league or anything like that, but I think their defense is good enough. Well, they're definitely a NFL quality defense, okay? Put it like that. They belong in the NFL. Because that squad we put out there last year, they did not belong in the NFL at all. They did not at all. I don't know what that was, but that was not an NFL defense that they was putting out there. And poor, what's his name? He inherited, what was the coach from last year? What's his name?
For us?
Yeah, the defensive coordinator. What was his name? Not Roman Cole.
No, I can't think.
Not Cornell. Weaver. Anthony Weaver. Golly, I couldn't remember that for nothing. Yeah, man. I kind of felt bad for him, man, because it's like, man, you got inherited an S show, man. Like, seriously. Like, you got inherited. You got inherited a bunch of just guys, and it was just bad all the way around, man. But one highlight we got from the Texans game, and I think this kid probably is due to have a pretty good year this year because they finally put him in the position where he belonged. They drafted him at cornerback, but he was actually originally a safety. And if he can stay on the field, man, he brings an element that we probably have never had at that safety position, which is like tremendous speed. And Lonnie Johnson, his speed is on display on this video. Check out this video. I mean, his speed, He beat this guy, so he got the ball right here. But watch the burners. Watch when he put him on right here. He beat that lineman to the angle. You know what I mean? That lineman had the angle on him, and he, I got to get a man his props, man. And the thing is, that he probably getting the best coaching of his life since Brian and them left. Because Lovie Smith, say what you want about him when he went to college. He didn't do too well at the University of the Illinois, but he's always been able to take a good teams and have bad defenses and actually get them in the top half of the league. So I'm pretty excited about the defense, looking at seeing that's probably going to be the most entertaining thing about the Texans. That and that punt returner they got is pretty good too, man. I can't remember his name. They got him from somewhere. He's not a household name, but he's like top half of the league when it comes to punt returns the last few years. So anyway, moving on. I got a surprise for you guys today. Yes, sir. Yes. And it's the top, the players' top 100, top 10 list. It got leaked out today, and your boy got it. And I'm finna tell y'all my top 10, and I'm gonna go in reverse order. You can agree with me or not. If you don't agree with me, you can get on the chat line. You can even call in. The number is 407-815-4686. You can discuss it with me. I mean, we'll even go back to it after I come back. You know what I mean? But let's go. Number 10, T.J. Watt, which his brother is actually still on the list. His brother, J.J., is actually number 66. So I might have the mighty fallen. TJ was 25 last year, so. And number 9, I have Travis Kelce, which was 18 last year. So he's came up. He's came up on my list. Number 8, Devontae Adams from the Green Bay Packers came up from number 57 last year. That's a huge leap, man. He was number 57 on the rankings in 2020. Now he's in the top 10. Huge leap for Devontae Adams. He had a great year, though, man. He's a really good receiver. So number 7, Josh Allen. Boys are not giving that man his love, man. I don't know why people don't like Josh Allen, man. Maybe because he's a tall, maybe because people think he remind them of Osweiler, but he's way more athletic and actually can throw the football, and actually knows what he's talking about. And he's actually a good quarterback, which Osweiler wasn't. Number 6, the GOAT. Do I need to say more? The GOAT. I'll be shiny on camera, man. Y'all gotta excuse me, man. I just stay hot, man. It just is what it is. It might be this hat. Let me take this hat off, man. Could be this hat. Y'all just gonna have to see my unkept do today. You know what I mean? Okay, so what was we at? Oh, the GOAT, number 6, Tom Brady. Last year's number 14. I guess that Super Bowl win must have bumped him up a little bit. By the way, these are my particular rankings. These are not the NFL. These are the top 10 people that the NFL leaked, and I'm putting them in the order that I think that they are. So these are my top 10s, okay? All right. So number 5, I got Derrick Henry, which I think he's probably gonna fall off this year, man. I really do. I mean, he's a machine, and they use him like tremendously. Number 4, D-Hop. D-Hop and number 4, man. Number 4. Number 3, I have Aaron Donald, probably the best defensive player in the league right now. He's a monster, man. That dude, he impresses me every time I see him, man. Nobody should be that big and that fast. Like that's not fair. It's not fair to the person in front of him. Number 2, Mr. Diva himself, Aaron Rodgers, Diva boy. And of course, y'all know who number 1 is. He that dude, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, baby. Patrick Mahomes, man. Yes, sir. And that's the end of the first segment right now. We'll be right back. I'm talking a little Astros on the current road trip. We'll discuss the wild card, and then we'll get into then we'll get into everything else after we be right back. I'll take give me about 30 seconds, y'all. All right, we back. We are back, and we are talking Houston Astros right now. A little disappointed on that road trip last week, man. For some reason, man, this team is so hard to predict, man. They will beat the good teams and beat the brakes off the good teams. And then they will go and lose 3 straight to the Royals and lose 3 out of 4 in the series. And then they go and then they put up 15 against Seattle. Then they put up 11 the next day. And then they about to close out, sweep Seattle. And then the closer gives up the coup de grace at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's so hard. And then Bregman is on his way back, hopefully. He's been on his way back since June. I'm just giving y'all that. I'm just telling y'all, he been on his way since June. Hey, can you show that the standings? So it's only like 38 games left, something like that, 35, 36, 37, something like that. And right now we are second overall in the AL, and we're 3.5 games up on Oakland in our own division, which is actually 4 because I always look at the loss column. I don't really pay attention to the win column. It's all about the losses, you know. Like we got 51 losses, they got 55, so we 4 up. The bad part, man, Boston, they have fallen off, man. Like seriously, they was right up there with Tampa Bay at one point in time. But so anyway, the Astros, but they are coming up on a stretch of games where they should really like they should be able to put some distance out on the rest of the division and really close these things out, man. Because like me personally, I don't want to be in that wild card game come the beginning of at the beginning of the playoffs. I don't want to be in that wild card game at all. You got a caller? You got a caller? Who? Oh, Tori? Tori. You got it? Tori. We get it together one of these times.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Calling in on your show, bro.
Hey, what's up, man?
Showing you some love.
Yeah, how you doing, man? Long time no see, bro.
Yeah, long time no see. Had to let your boy know, showing you some love, you know what I'm saying?
Already, man. You got anything you want to discuss today?
About my Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Lord.
Already, man.
I guess I'll let my mouth taste the words that's the Cowboys coming out my mouth real quick. This will be the time of year where most of the Cowboys fans say y'all going to the Super Bowl.
We're not,
but you're not. You know that. Dak they're definitely hiding something with his shoulder. Yeah. They don't want to say that because it's like. You can't be like, hey, we're going to hold him out, nothing to see here. You know, and he's coming off a horrific injury last year. I just hope he's good enough to play, man, because I'm actually a fan of Dak Prescott. I'm not a fan of the Cowboys, but I'm a fan of Dak Prescott. I think he deserved every penny he got. But I just don't think that – I think he's hurt, man. I think he's really dealing with something, and he don't want to – like, it's either he don't want to admit it or the Cowboys don't want to admit it. Because I deal with shoulder issues right now to myself, and I can tell you right now, if he not throwing deep – like they say he threw 50 balls in practice before the game the other day, right? But he didn't throw nothing past 20 yards. And that's correct. Like, that's me right now. I can throw the ball 5 yards. I can throw the ball 10 yards. But if I try to put anything behind my shoulder, I'm going to be on the ground crying. But I do like I like that draft pick y'all got though. Micah, what's his name?
Michael Parsons, yeah.
Ooh,
Michael Parsons.
Hey man, look. That kid there is gonna be a beast, man. He's gonna be a beast.
He's gonna take Wolf on the spot. He's gonna take Brandon Voss spot or Jalen Smith. Because Jalen Smith to me just walks around like if a chicken with his head cut off and he just run for no apparent reason.
I thought he had a pretty decent year last year though. Or was it the year before?
He had a pretty decent year, bro, but you give him that money and he's not. Just think about it. See, this is the Cowboys' problem. first of all, Jerry Jones, he can't be the owner, the talker, the water boy. No, you got to let the stuff, let the coach. You know what I'm saying? And then here's my thing: Jerry Jones overpaid people.
Oh,
he overpaid
yeah.
D-Law.
Oh, yeah.
What else D-Law did? Let's think about it. What else D-Law did since he got paid?
Nothing.
What else Amari Cooper did since he got paid? What else he did?
I give him a pass on that. He didn't have a quarterback to throw on the ball, so I give him a pass on that one.
Ooh.
He didn't have Dak last year, so I give him a pass on that. Cooper's good, man. He's good. But he's a legit number one, man. But I think CeeDee Lamb is probably going to take over as the number one eventually.
CeeDee Lamb has COVID.
Oh well, you can't be taking over number one if you got COVID. Golly, man. Golly, y'all can't catch a break, man. It's like I'm not gonna lie. I'm not one of those Texan fans that just hate the Cowboys. My dad is a Cowboys fan, so like I had to deal with that growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not I just hate the Cowboys. I just hate some of their fans. To be honest, it's the fans. It's like you try to tell them like a fact, and they just like, nah, that's not true. I'm like, yeah, but it is, you know. But I mean, I can deal with. I actually enjoy when both of the Texan teams are successful. It makes it better. It makes a better sports talk. Is a better competitive balance, and then you got eyes on Texas, you know. But I'm really concerned about Dak's shoulder, man. That seems. I mean, he came out there for one practice, and he ain't been back since. It's been like 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Think about this. You got all those. Cause think about it. Cause Dallas played the extra preseason, the Hall of Fame game.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Cause the second game is a dress rehearsal. Cause we all know the third game gonna be, the people trying to make the team.
Yeah, the FedEx crew.
The
FedEx crew.
Yeah, put them in for 1 or 2 series.
Right.
Because think about it. Dallas Cowboys' first game is Thursday night, the only game, prime time against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, and they're getting their ring, and they're proving that it's not a
and they got to face that front four. Saw what they did to Mahomes in that Super Bowl. All I'm saying, and I mean, I would like to see Dak in some game time action before he actually faces that front four, just to see if like hey, like you're gonna have to you're gonna have to land on that shoulder one of these times. Somebody gonna hit you. And you're going to land on that shoulder, and you don't want it to be game one. And I think the real concern for Dallas is that y'all backups are terrible. Like, they yeah, they are bad,
Albert and Cooper Rush. I mean, Cooper Rush got a good game against the Texans, but that's not saying much.
I mean, we
should get Kaepernick.
The Texans, though.
I'm a bit controversial. We should get Colin Kaepernick. Sign him to the league minimum.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I think Kaepernick. It's been 5 years since he played. I wouldn't do that.
But they gave Tim Tebow a job. Tim Tebow tried out for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, but that was the only place. That was the only place that Tim Tebow would have got a job, is because his boy was the coach, and we already know what that was. That was that white privilege stuff. Even though everybody tell me it wasn't, but it was. It was white privilege. It was absolutely white privilege.
You could have did a better block than that, bro.
Yeah,
Trey, you could have did a better block than he did.
Oh yeah, I have. I've done a better block than that. Yeah, I did it. I did it just once.
Let me chime in back on the Cowboys. I'm gonna go back to Tim Tebow. With the Cowboys, I'm a realistic fan. Been a Cowboys fan all my life. I'm realistic. Chances of going to the Super Bowl is like a chance of me having a date with Lizzo or Beyonce. Not that good. The chance is not that good. Chances of winning the NFC East.
Hey, but it is a chance, though. Hey, but it is a chance.
Yeah. There's a chance in the NFC East.
You do have a chance.
Yeah. But
that
think about
NFC East is very attainable.
The least. No, just think about the NFC. Think about the NFC East, and let's break down the team. You have the Washington football team. The quarterback
led by your boy Fitzpatrick.
Fitzmagic gonna give you 3 or 4 good games, but he's not gonna get you to the playoffs. No,
he can get you to the playoffs. He can get you to the playoffs. But he'll get you there, and then he'll throw like 4 picks in the game.
Okay. They had a Philadelphia Eagles. Are we afraid of Philadelphia Eagles? Are we afraid of Jalen Hurts or Joey Flacco?
They good for about 4 wins,
No,
5
I don't
wins.
I'm afraid of Devontae Smith. I'm afraid of him, but I'm not afraid of nobody else on that team.
I wouldn't be afraid of him.
That's one of the first. Yeah, and let's get to the New York Giants. I'm not sold on the Giants. I'm not a Daniel Jones fan. I fear Saquon, but I don't fear Daniel Jones.
I think.
So we're gonna win the division by default.
I think y'all biggest competition is probably gonna be Washington, honestly. In that division, it's probably gonna be Washington. But I mean, the Giants are not a bad team anymore either. So you gotta actually strap them up when you play.
They're good. Yeah. They had a guy and a couple receivers, but Daniel Jones ain't shown me nothing. He's a below average quarterback.
Right.
He hasn't shown nothing. He ain't showing me nothing like, oh, okay, this dude here, what are you on, like his 4th year, 3rd or 4th year?
Right.
You're supposed to, make the progress in the 2nd year, like Josh Allen. Josh Allen made his progress. I can't say how you put Josh Allen in your top. You didn't put Stephon. You didn't put
that boy went to the AFC Championship, man. Oh, Stephon Diggs he's not top 10, man. I can
he's
name
not a top.
I can name at least 5 receivers better than him in the league.
Stephon Diggs was the reason why the Buffalo Bills went something this year. What did Buffalo do the year before?
Was it Stephon Diggs or was it Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator? The offensive coordinator, when he got there, that's when Josh Allen started having a better his career trajectory went up. I mean, the dude just got paid $270 million or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I'm not a Josh Allen fan or a Baker Mayfield fan.
I think people look at Josh Allen and look at his stature and they assume the worst. They just remember that first year where he was just, he was slinging the ball all over the place. Josh Allen is major athletic, man. And he's faster than a lot of people think. He will run away from you. Yeah. He got a rocket arm, and he got that touchdown feel as well, man. Josh Allen he got game, bro. Like, and he deserves to be in the top 10, man, for real.
Dre, I'm just not sold on Josh Allen. I like him. I like watching him play, but I like Lamar. I think Lamar get a ranking for Josh Allen or Baker Mayfield.
Okay. That's a good argument. I can see that. I can see Lamar in there. But my issue with Lamar is he has a major weakness. I mean, he's good and he can get wins in the regular season, but he's still yet to prove to do really anything major in the playoffs. He got that 1 win last year, but I mean, he keeps. Yeah. To me, his major flaw is it's not the fact because everybody goes to this stat. They say they're like, well, look at his touchdowns, and okay, let's go and break those touchdowns down, and you'll see a lot of those touchdowns are from 5-yard screens here, him running the ball, red zone touchdowns, dink and dunk passes that have turned into touchdowns or long bombs. Now, where to me, Lamar Jackson, where he actually where his game has a giant hole in it, is the middle of the field, up and down passes, man. You got to put some touch on that ball, man. To me, that's his biggest flaw, and he's been this is his 4th year now for Jackson. This is 4th year.
But Dre, he can pass though. You remember?
I never said he couldn't pass. I just said it's a big old hole in his passing game. It's one major flaw to me, and that's what I can't. Well, I mean, I get it.
He got that rookie.
You splitting hairs. You splitting hairs right now. You know what I'm saying? He got decent enough receivers. Like, that's what I'm saying. You can't have the argument that he's a good passer and he has all these touchdowns if he don't have decent enough receivers. You got Hollywood Brown.
He got decent receivers now.
You got Hollywood over there.
He has decent receivers now. He had decent, better receiver than he had last year. Now he got the rookie and he got Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins is a good receiver. He doesn't stay hurt all the time. Sammy Watkins can produce.
But, I mean, honestly, the Ravens, their offensive game plan is not really about passing the ball all over the place. They like to pound it. They set the record for rushing yards.
Yeah, I see Baltimore. I see Baltimore going further than Cleveland. I see Baltimore even going farther than Pittsburgh.
No, man. I'm always an underdog. Now Pittsburgh for sure. I don't think they might not even make the playoffs. I think
They'll make the playoffs, and they got Najee Harris, and they got the receivers Washington, and the receiving core and Juju and all them. They'll make it.
We'll see what Ben looking like after week 8, man. If his body's still holding up, because that's what happened last year, man. They got to about week 8 or 9, and he just started collapsing in front of our eyes. The dude aged like 10 years in the last 8 games, man.
yeah, you're right about that. So, no, here's a question. It's an honor to be on your show. First of all, I like what you're doing. I salute you. Here's a question,
okay.
And I've been debating with people for all my life because this is a question I want to ask you. You're a sports guy. I see you got your own show. So here it is right here. Do you think that Robert Horry should be in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely. Not even a question.
Thank you.
Not even a question.
Thank you. And see, this is my argument. Oh, he was a role player. He was on these teams. He's the most.
The thing about the people, I think a lot of people don't know about the Hall of Fame. The Naismith Hall of Fame is not the NBA Hall of Fame. It's the Naismith Hall of Fame. It goes back to your high school days. It goes all the way back to your high school days. Robert Horry was a top recruit out of high school. He was a top. He was the first round draft pick coming out of Alabama. I mean, he and then he got 7 rings? He got 7 rings, I think, 6 rings, something like that. Man. Yeah, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. If Dennis Rodman could be in the Hall of Fame, why can't he be in the Hall of Fame?
Who we said?
If Dennis Rodman could be in the Hall of Fame where he's just good at rebounds. Why can't Horry be in the Hall of Fame where he was just Mr. Clutch all the time? Like he was just clutch. He was a clutch player, man. Like he was on the team with Shaq, Kobe, all them cats. But what happened at the end of the games? What happened at the end of the games? They went to Horry. They went to Horry.
And he's gonna hit. Yeah, the people know because I had a discussion. Me and my brother had a discussion. He was like. Because my brother, he looking up Horry stats. He was like, all he average was 10 points per game, and he was just a good role player. No, he wasn't a role player. He came in the game, and he made the shots. He can't happen.
He didn't start off as a role player though. The first 2 years with the Rockets, he wasn't a role player. When he was with the Lakers, he wasn't a role player. You know what I'm saying? He was a starter, man. Like, whatever, man. That's one of those arguments that, like, man, everybody got their side, but he gonna get in. I can guarantee you that Horry will get into the Hall of Fame. If they put Yao Ming in there, they got to put your Horry in there somewhere. So he got a spot for your boy. But, man, let me let you go, man. I really appreciate you calling the show, bro. Like, make sure you call anytime, man. We air every Monday, man. So if you have a chance, just even if you can't call in, man, we got a comment section, so you can always comment. I definitely get with you. Eric Lyons, man. All right, I'll holler at you, man. All right. Eric Lyons, man, I see you up there talking about Diggs the top 10, man. But who you going to take off my list? Who would you take off my list if Who would you take off the list, Eric, if you put Diggs in? That's my question. I mean, 'cause I didn't make up that list. I just took the list that the NFL took and I put it in my own order. So that's not my list at all. I got the names. Did a little digging. It's called the Google machine. Oh, you ain't like that? He said. He ain't like the fact I said Pittsburgh not going to make the playoffs. Hey, man, that's what I think, though, man. That's what I think, man. We're going to be right back. You know what? Let's just go ahead and go to the last segment, man. That segment went over, man. Okay, man, look. What we got next, man? Okay, man. Let's talk about old people, man. And let's talk about old people getting hit hard in the face. And their name is Mr. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. He fought some... You know who he fought? He fought that dude from Martin. When Martin fought Tommy Hearns, when he thought he was going to replace that dude. Akichi. Some guy named Akichi. I forgot the dude's name, though. His name is Umar something, Ungard or something. They switched him with Spence Jr., man. But if you see that picture right there, man, the dude beat up. He beat up Pacquiao, man. Pacquiao had his moments. There was some close rounds and stuff. But for the most part, man, you could just you can hear the sound of that glove popping when he was hitting Pacquiao, man. It sounded like it was harder. So that is my take on old people fighting. Old people should not be in the ring. They should have a limit on boxing, man, because after about the age of about 30-something, about 35, man, you really are in danger of dying in the ring, getting hit too hard, man, shaking that brain up like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to shake my brain up like that, man. You know what I mean? I do not understand these old dudes getting in the ring just taking that punishment like that, man. I mean, but I guess they wave a few $1 million in front of your face, man. You know, I guess I'll take a few hits myself. I'll take a few hits myself. You know what I mean? Hey, give me a dub, man. Hey, man, but let's get on to the clips of the week. First clip of the week, man, is history, actually. History in the making. Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers. Shout out to Mitchell Brock over there from Bring the Pain. That's he's from Detroit. You know, he's like one of the few people I ever known that's from Detroit and actually still represents that city. So, shout out to Mitchell Brock, man. But Miguel Cabrera hit his 500 home run the other day, man. Check it out, man. History.
The 1-1. Deep fly ball. Right center field. That's got carry. It's gone! Number 500 and history for Miguel Cabrera.
Cabrera, man, if y'all don't know, man, I think he started off with the Marlins, if I'm not mistaken. He's been in the league for quite some time, man. And it's only, okay, first of all, let's put it in perspective. It's been thousands and thousands and thousands of players that played Major League Baseball. Only 28 of the thousands of players have ever made it to 500 home runs, okay? So that's a club all by itself. And longevity, you have to be in the game for a long time, man, to even pull that off, man. So shout out, and big ups to Miguel Cabrera, man. Great career, man, from that guy. Next up, we got Sha'Carri Richardson, man. I tried to pull for her. Then she got on Twitter the other day, and she was like, blah blah blah. First of all, she said something about how is somebody gonna critique her and they ugly. I was like, oh, don't do that. That's not the one. That's not the one. That's not cute at all, man. Cool, like you can't be doing that. Yeah. And then, she's like, she's like, and I'm ready, and she on Twitter, they ain't gonna be ready for me, and blah blah blah. And then this happens.
In history.
Women's 100.
That's Sha'Carri in the blonde hair. You'll know her because she'll be the one that's like, looking at everybody's ass. Yeah, right there. That's what she. There. Yeah. You got the gist of it. You got the gist of it. She came in dead last out of 6 females. Listen, young lady. You tried to race these women who just came off the Olympics, and I understand. It looked like she was running in mud, man. Like, I mean, good gosh, man. Her form wasn't even the same to me. You know what I'm saying? Like when she had that last race before the Olympics, like her form wasn't even the same, man. She looked like somebody that ain't raced in about a month or so. Because man, they coming straight out the Olympics. And old girl, she is the fastest in the world. Yes, she is. She's the only person that the record she hasn't beaten is FloJo's. And if you ever remember FloJo running, boy, she can move, man. And my last clip of the week for this week is my second installment of the Hood Olympics, man. These guys are some stupitos. Stupito, that's how my homeboys be saying it.
Oh, he got it.
Here he goes.
He's on top. The other dude had it coming up.
On the ground.
Skipping nothing.
Here we go. We have Aloysius Johnson. And then we have Uncle Charles. Somebody uncle out there.
Hello.
And you got Dolphin out there on the streets. They convinced him to do it. But he would not make it. It's actually a video out there of one dude that he actually made. He went all the way across there, man. It was pretty impressive, actually. What? What's he gonna do? This is the moment when you realize, like, you messed up. It's the moment when you know you messed up right here. You like, man, I don't know what to do. No. Hey, that boy don't know where he at right now. I think this is the last one.
Man, that boy tried.
Man, look, bro.
He got it too.
Hold on, bro.
Lord.
No, I ain't holding on for shit.
Okay.
I ain't holding on for shit.
Okay.
I ain't holding on for shit. It's all down here. Once you get up top.
Nah, I'm trying to cheat. He tried to cheat. All right, man. That's it of that, man. Yeah, so that's the second installment of the Down the Middle Hood Olympics, y'all. Next up, we got Man Up Post of the Week, y'all. Man Up Post of the Week coming up. And the first one is from my boy, Breon Green. Happy belated birthday to you from last week, brother. He said, man, so his post was what you gonna bring it up? Post says, I can't really read it right here, but the post says you gotta play the music. You got the music up. So the post said if when Chinese people from Houston, this is how they are. Yeah, they was getting it, man. Next one is Ronald Henry's post talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. This is pretty funny to me. I like the post. If Sha'Carri Richardson, is she the Adrian Bronner of track and field? If y'all remember Adrian Bronner, he was the one that was supposed to beat up Pacquiao a few years ago and put him into retirement, and then he ended up looking like that. So he was supposed to be favored in that, way favored, and he wasn't. So Adrian Bronner, Sha'Carri Richardson, yeah. So, and the next up is what? You got that Westbrook up? Uh-oh. Woo. That was close, y'all. That was close. Oh, I think we off. Oh, we back on. That was close, y'all. And so the next segment and final segment of the week is y'all gotta forgive us today. We down a man, so we normally have a team. It's just me and my famous producer over here.
Kick rocks!
Kick rocks, baby. Kick rocks. So the first one, you got that Westbrook sound up? All right. So this is Sha'Carri after, am I saying her name right? Sha'Carri? Is it Sha'Carri? Sha'Carri Richardson after her race. So check her out.
It was a great return back to the sport. I wanted to be able to come in before, having a month off, dealing with all I was dealing with. I'm not upset at myself at all. This is one race. I'm not done. You know what I'm capable of. Count me out if you want to. Talk all the you want, because I'm here to stay. I'm not done. I'm the sixth fastest woman in this game ever.
No, you're the sixth fastest woman today at that race.
Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to the people that won.
Oh, she was, that was 8 of them?
It was, yeah.
I thought it was 6 of them. Oh, my bad. She's not the sixth fastest then. So anyway, can you play that back again? Play it back one more time. I just want to, because it's a thing called humility, man. And sports will humble you, man, real quick, man. You think you the best, it's always 10 people better than you, man. You always got to look at it like that, man. Always 10 people that want to take your spot. And when you have self-inflicted things that go on, and you do things to yourself and damage your career, that's 10 steps back, man. She got to make up that ground now.
I'm the sixth fastest woman in this game ever. And can't nobody ever take that from me. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to the people that won. But they're not done seeing me yet. Period.
They're not done seeing me yet. Period. Even though I lost.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Man, what is she talking about, man? I'm sorry, man. But Sha'Carri Richardson, I hope the best for you. And you know, I was behind you when you smoked a little of that Marihoochie, and you missed the Olympics. I still was like, hey, you know, young people make mistakes, but it's a thing called humbleness, man, and humility. And if you don't have some of that, success will avoid you very often. And I know it from personal experience. You know, if you think you're too much. And I understand you have, as an athlete, you have to have you walk that fine line of confidence and arrogance. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to be too arrogant because then somebody's gonna knock you off your block real quick. And I think she got a real dose of reality yesterday when she took that race. I mean, because she was on Instagram and Twitter all week just talking about how she was finna just show the world. You know, and I'm like, ooh, these girls just come off that Olympics, man. They still on that high. I don't know about that, man. You know what I'm saying? So Sha'Carri, you need to do, girl. Kick rocks. You need to kick them rocks, man. Kick that attitude, man. That attitude's bad, man. And you need to get that right, man. And my final video, and I know it's a little bit old, is this guy. Walking from practice.
Why y'all always filming me every day? It's the same shit.
Man, that dude look evil on that. Go back real quick. That dude look evil, man. Watch his face when he passed by though. Look evil, man. It's crazy. Look at that. Now I'm talking about the next one when he got the closer. Watch out.
It's the same shit.
Right there. Oh, shit. Oh, that boy looks scary right there, man.
Mini-me.
I just wanted the last sound effect.
Listen. Let me tell you something, Watson. You know, it's crazy how 365 days can change the whole outlook of things in your, you know, your circle in life. 365 days ago, he was just signed. He either just signed the contract, that contract he just signed, or he was about to. And what trips me out is now it's like I want to say the majority of Texas fans just want him gone, man. It's like he's just a distraction at this point, man. So you're getting mad, Mr. Watson, about getting people filming you. The media, that's what they do. They film you, and you know you wasn't mad. You wasn't mad about being in front of the camera when you was signing that check. You know what I'm saying? So you sign that check, then you got to deal with what comes along with signing that check. So, man, you know, I mean, just you know, go get you a massage, you know what I'm saying, a little bit closer with the thumb action, like, you know, like the girl said, yeah, you know, get you some of that, take you a little one of those, and get the hell out of my city, Mr. Watson, because we tired of you, man. We tired of your act, man. You know what I'm saying? We found out, this brought out the real person of Deshaun Watson. How he's acting right now, this is the real Deshaun Watson. That stuff that he been doing like the last couple of years, that was a fake, man. That was a fake Deshaun Watson. That was the media Deshaun Watson. That was I'm trying to get my brand out Deshaun Watson. But this guy right here, the same old S guy, that guy is the real Deshaun Watson. So the real Deshaun Watson, sir, you can do what, sir? Kick rocks. Man, you can kick rocks, man, for real, dog. And that, man, that pretty much closing the show up today, man. I see you, Darren, man. I know you overslept, man. It's all good, baby. I love the support anyway, man. Keep it going. She said Roy Jones. Roy Jones, yep. Roy Jones, that boy, he was looking bad at the end of his career, too. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, man, it's been an interesting show. And, hey, Torrin, thanks for calling in, man. I enjoyed the conversation, bro. Eric, man, y'all need to call in, man. Y'all should call in, man. You know the number, man. Get this thing going. Oh, we got an announcement to make. So starting, I want to say next week or the week after next, we're going to do Man Up Mondays. It's going to be on location. And I'll be discussing that, finalizing that probably tomorrow. So I will be putting that information out there in the group. So I love you guys from Man Up, man. I love the support down the middle with A.C. Martell. We'll be back next week. Holla. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Down the Middle with AC Martell. For more original sports content, remember, go like and subscribe our Facebook and YouTube pages, okay? And remember, I am not a broadcaster. I am not a journalist. I'm just a fan with a mic.